Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. This is DiamondTrail Ranch of Central Florida. You're probably here for the baby goats that you see here in the video, right? Don't worry, they're doing their thing right behind me. But today, we're actually going to be talking about how to grow Muscadine or Muscadine grapes from seed, step by step, from the fridge to the pot. So I'm going to be completely honest with you folks, you got to be patient. The first things first, if you're starting Muscadine from seeds, you got to be patient, like I just said. These seeds need cold stratification to germinate properly. That just means they need to chill, literally, in the fridge for, they say 3 to 4 months. Some say 6 to 8 weeks is fine. I actually was just shy of 3 months, and my seeds were swollen perfectly. What you're looking for is swollen seeds. It should be great for that. So what I did beforehand is I took these seeds, wrapped them in a damp paper towel, sealed them in a plastic bag, and they were actually with peat moss, and I soaked it. I made sure it was soaked effectively, and I tossed them in the fridge for that length of time. What you're doing there is you're mimicking winter. So if your fridge is 32 to 38 degrees, it's telling the seeds, in that 3 to 4 month period, you're in quarter 1 of the year, which is fantastic for these tropical seeds, because these seeds do well in zones, 5 through 9 typically. I'm sorry, 7 through 9, zones 7 through 9. I'm in zone 10A, so I'm kind of pushing it a little bit there, but it's just fine. It's a little bit harsher. Just got to stay on top of the water, compost, mulch. So I'll be honest with you though, these goats kept me company. They didn't help much with the seeds. They're just here for the moral support. So after the timeline was done, I took the seeds out of the fridge and took the compost and the dirt mixture, and I put them into pots where I got them nice and wet, and I made sure they were compact a little bit and that there was good drainage. So we used a mixture of homemade compost and native soil. I planted each seed about a ½ an inch deep, kept the soil moist, gave them a sunny spot to grow up on my back porch. That was it. Literally, that's all you do. It could take 2 weeks, it could take 8 weeks, it could take 2 months before you see any germination. So you want to make sure you're keeping them watered, keeping them moist. Don't just use dirt or just sand. Make sure you have a good compost mixture in there, whether you bought it at the store or ours is homemade. I mentioned that in other videos. These animals you see here on the farm, usually we take our horse manure, and we save that for compost. It's fantastic. I'm using it with the tomatoes, the corn, the carrots, you name it. So it's working great. You just want to make sure you get some sand mixture in there as well. I will say you want to make sure that your baby goats, like these, can't get to them. Trust me. So as far as the Muscadine grapes, that's really it as far as germinating from seed, straight seed, literally just seed, to pot. And I'll show you guys what I've done when they start to come up. When they start to germinate, I will show you the progress from dry seed to sitting in the refrigerator for 2 months to being transplanted to a pot. Hey, rooster. Some really nice pros for growing muscadines in my zone here in 10A or 9. They're heat tolerant. Muscadines handle heat well, which is ideal for your zone here in 10A or 9. They're disease resistant. They're naturally resistant to many grape diseases, like Pierce's disease, which can be a problem in warm climates. They have a low chill requirement, which is fantastic for the state of Florida, because let's be real here. How often are you getting a chill? I know in my zone, We actually didn't even have a frost date, so there's that. You can start things a little earlier here. Unfortunately, in the summer months, you might get peppers. There's not much else than that as far as the sheer heat in like August, September. You want to choose the right variety. So you have your Southern Homes, you have your Carlos, you have your Doreen's, and your Fries. Your Southern Homes is great for home gardens. It's a hybrid that handles heat well. Your Carlos Muscadine grapes are popular for wine and juice, productive in the warm areas. Doreen's, it's another good one for hotter zones. And your Fries, which are sweet, large fruit, but they may need a bit more chilling. You also want to make sure you plant a male pollinator if your chosen variety isn't a self-fertile one. Mine is, so I'm not worried about that. When you're planting these, when you're going to go from your pot to the ground, you want to make sure they're getting full sun. Now, full sun is a funny term to me because it'll tell you, you'll look up any full sun definition, it says 6 to 8 hours, right? Any pack of seeds will tell you 6 to 8 hours. That is a little extreme in zone 10A, I'm going to be honest. I think you could get away with 4 to 6, maybe even 2 to 4, honestly, with full sun in zone 10A. It's just the sun, 8 to 12 hours of beating sun, and this zone is brutal. It is brutal for seeds. Any plants. You're going to be constantly watering. You're going to be putting that cool water, that cool air away to give that, that heat away from the plants. Your well-drained soil, which is slightly acidic for these grapes, you want your pH to be somewhere between 5.5 and 6.5. Not hard to do. Your trellis, we're talking grapes, guys. Look at this baby goat. Oh, so sweet. Your trellising, you want to install a strong support system. This is when you're in the ground, right? Outside. Install a strong support system. Muscadines are vigorous vines. I was looking at doing on the 4-foot fence, about 100 square feet. They're fantastic for chain link fences if you want to use them for privacy. They they have tendrils, so they won't damage your fence. They're not heavy. There's no rusting or anything like that. You want to space your vines 15 to 20 feet apart each. You will want to water them moderately, especially when you're establishing these muscadine grapes. When they're mature, they're fairly drought tolerant, which is fantastic for this zone. Zones 9 and 10. You want to prune your muscadine grapes annually in late winter, which for us would be about January to February, before what's called bud break. You want to keep a strong central trunk and prune back to fruiting spurs. Your fertilizer is going to be balanced, a mixture of what they refer to as 10-10-10 or something like that. After you get some new growth coming in, and you want to make sure you do not over fertilize or you'll get vines instead of fruit. You'll just have massive amounts of vines, which would be so you do want to make sure though with these goats, if you have goats, keep them out of reach, particularly any goats. Keep them out of reach because all grapes are toxic, especially the leaves and the seeds, to goats. So you do not want your goats anywhere near grapes or chocolate. So you're going to, I know they say that, oh yeah, goats can eat anything. No, they can't. Grapes, just make sure you're planting them somewhere that your goats can't get to, and you'll be fine. So these guys are not near anywhere. We have our property actually divvied up, separated between farm animals, gardening, vegetation, and our horses and equine, etc. are actually on their own spot on the property. So if you guys have any questions about muscadine grapes and you want to let me know what they are, go ahead and comment down below. And if you can do me a huge favor, hit that like button and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. It's totally free. and I will keep you guys in the know. I try to get videos out every day, even if it's just a short. I try to get something out every day, and I do reply to all comments. I see all the comments you guys say, so let me know your thoughts. What do you think about Muscadine grapes? What other grape varieties do you think are better than Muscadine?